to that, if you want to see the bone scan, we can use MDP. The bone can be imaged. Then for the renal, we have different radiopharmaceuticals. We have the DTPA, we have the glucocorticoids, we have the dimercaprasuccinic acid, we have the EC, technetium EC, ethyl cysteine. Then coming to the liver, we have the sulfur colloid, we have the phytates, we have the mebrofenin for the hepatobiliary. Then coming to the heart, we have the MIB, we have the tetrophosmin. Coming to the brain, we have the ECD or HMPO. So definitely about 20 to 25 technetium radiopharmaceuticals are available in the market and which is regularly used by the nuclear medicine departments. Now, which are the major radiopharmaceuticals? We know this is a technetium MDP. We have this technetium DMSA, which is used as a renal agent. Technetium DMSA5, which is used for the medullary thyroid carcinoma. DTPA, we use it as a renal agent. Glucoheptanate for the renal, sulfur colloid for the liver, then mebrofenin for the hepatobiliary, MAC3 for the renal studies, technetium HMBO and EC for the brain studies. Sorry, EC is for the renal studies, ECD is for the brain studies. If you look at these two radiopharmaceutical, EC and ECD, this is actually a free acid and this is actually an ester, and this gets into the renal, this gets into the brain. So that is how the difference, if you do a small difference in the molecule, the radiopharmaceutical will have a different uptake. Then we have the MIB for the heart, we have the tetrophosmin for the heart, and we have the Heineck-Tock for imaging neuroendocrine tumors. So the major work in nuclear radiopharmacy is formulation of technetium radiopharmaceuticals. So what do we have? We have a freeze-dried kit. This is available from Brit, or you can purchase it from anywhere. What does this kit contains? The kit contains the chelating agent. If you take an MDP kit, it will contain MDP. It will contain a DTP in the case of DTP kit, maybe a DMSA, ECD, HMBO. This factor varies from kit to kit. Then it will have a common thing, which is the reducing agent, which is the stannous chloride. Sometimes stannous tartrate also might be used. Then there may be a buffering agent. It could be a phosphate buffer or an acetate buffer, or whatever it is. The kit will also contain some excipients like ascorbic acid or lactose. Then this kit is actually made in solution, and in the radiopharmaceutical company, what they do is that they lyophilize it and they will make it in the form of a powder. And all what you need to do is that take the kit and add the pertechnetate, what is eluted from the generator. Either shake it, you can shake it and keep it for maybe about 5 minutes, or bake it. You may need to heat it for about whatever time what the manufacturer has said. And subsequent to that, you have to do a small quality control. And once that is done, the radiopharmaceutical is ready to be injected. Now, when you are making this radiopharmaceutical, always think about the molecule. Mechanically taking an ECD kit, an MDP kit or DTP kit, it is not a good practice. When a radiopharmacist is taking this MDP kit or DTP kit, he should know what is the molecule I am going to make it, what is the technetium complex I am going to make it, and how does it look actually. Suppose it is ECD, this is the technetium is complex, it is a square pyramidal complex, and this is how there are 2 nitrogens present, 2 sulfur present, and the technetium is complex to that, and there is an oxygen bridge there. And the same radiopharmaceutical, if this CH3OH group is not there, then it is going to be used as a renal agent. So you should always be careful. What is the radiopharmaceutical, what you are making it? You think about it and you study the structure of the radiopharmaceutical, which is very important. This is the HMPO molecule. And this is actually the MIB molecule. It doesn't take, for a radiopharmacist to look and study these 20-25 structures, does not take too much of time, but I will definitely feel that you should definitely learn this. Now, there is a very nice book called Technetium 99M Radiopharmaceutical Manufacture of Kits. This is published by IAEA. I was responsible for making this book when I was with the International Atomic Energy Agency. This book gives all the details about all the technetium radiopharmaceuticals which is available in the market. So you will, if you study this book, if you take the DMSA part, you know how the DMSA is made, what are the ingredients in it, how the quality control has to be done it. I'm definitely sure every nuclear medicine department should download this book. It can be freely downloaded and it can be bound and kept as your own volume. A very nice book. It had been prepared with the help of the best radiopharmaceutical chemist, technetium radiopharmaceutical chemist. Now, when we are formulating it, there could be a lot of problems in kit formulation. What happens if the kit is formulated badly? We are going to have a very bad image. The poor complexation yield will be there. The doctors who are going to, after the imaging is over, when the doctor is going to see, look at the nuclear medicine image, he will say that there is some problem. So what could be the problem? The problems could be the ligand is insufficient. They say that, okay, I have put 20 milligram of MDP in it. If that 20 milligram is not there, if there is only 5 milligram of or less than that, it will not work. And this is more crucial in the case of some of the radiopharmaceuticals which we use for brain imaging, for cardiac imaging, brain imaging, and other things. MEB, tetraphosphamine, HMBO, ECD, etc. This is very important. If the ligand is not good, it is not going to complex. Then another problem is the reducing agent. We add a little amount of stannous chloride to the kit and give it. The stannous chloride is a reducing agent and it can easily get oxidized because there is a lot of oxygen in the atmosphere and it can get oxidized. And when you are having a kit there, if there is no reducing agent, it is not going to make the complex. Then the question is the poor adjustment of pH. If the kit was poorly made and if the pH is not adjusted properly, it is not going to work. Then insufficient heating. The manufacturer say that you heat it for 5 minutes, you don't do it. Your water temperature was less than 95. Then insufficient time of reaction. The time is important. And generator not eluted for a long time. You know what happens when you keep a generator just like that for about 2-3 days, technetium is formed and that technetium is going to be decaying to technetium 99G. And then that generator, that pertechnetate, what you take it might not sometimes work. So this is one of the problem which people are having it, generator not eluted for a long time. This is especially we tell people that, you know, if the generator is coming on a Sunday, maybe if you do an elution and throw that activity, Monday the kits might work better. Now, this will lead to poor radiochemical purity. Radiochemical purity will be pure. You will say that a radiopharmaceutical should have a radiochemical purity of greater than 95%. You will get only 95, less than 95%, maybe 90%, 80%. As the purity goes down, the quality of the images keep coming down, down. So the poor quality images will be there. This is not good. The doctor will not be able to interpret the nuclear medicine images if the image is of poor quality. And unnecessarily, the patient is also getting a lot of radiation dose. You have injected 30 millicurie of activity, but there was no MEB complex. So this is not good for the patient. Unnecessary radiation dose is given without the benefit of getting the good images. Now, what are the good radiopharmacy practices? What you should follow it? No, radiopharmaceuticals are injectable products. And when you are making injectable products, they need to be prepared under aseptic conditions. They have to be free from pyrogens and from microorganisms. Now, when you are buying the kit, please store the kit in the proper manner. Let it be in the refrigerator. Don't allow it to be laying outside for a long time. There should not be any formation of pyrogens and microorganisms because if there is a colony of microorganism there, this microorganism will keep on growing as time passes. So utmost care is needed while preparing radiopharmaceuticals because you have to prepare the radiopharmaceutical. No, you cannot just assume that, okay, I take this kit and I put some pertechnetate and I keep it for some time. You need to prepare it carefully. use freshly formulated products. The saline what you are using should be good, and prepare as and when needed. That means don't prepare the radiopharmaceutical just like that. Okay, today I have 15 studies to be done. I will prepare all the radiopharmaceutical in the morning. No, the best thing is that, okay, you elute the pertechnetate and prepare the radiopharmaceutical only when it is needed. And this is always good. Do a quality control check. Now, this I am aware that the quality control check is not done in the radiopharmacy as a regular practice, because you have got a lot of faith in the kits what you are using it. If the kits are not good, this is a must. A quality control check has to be done. Now, another important thing is you are handling radioactivity. So take care of radiation safety for yourself. The radiopharmacist is handling a lot of radioactivity on a regular basis. So the safety is important. The safety of the patients is important, and the bystanders is important. So there is a good radiopharmacy practice is important in hospital radiopharmacy, and I will suggest that you get to read this operational guidance on hospital radiopharmacy. This is a very nice book published by the nuclear medicine section of IAEA. It talks about how a nuclear medicine radiopharmacy has to be maintained. They talk about different type of radiopharmacy practices, different levels of radiopharmacy. I will suggest all radiopharmacists to kindly take this book and have a look at and study it. Now, to conclude, think at molecular levels always. That is, these radiopharmaceuticals have not come into the market or to the clinic without the efforts of radiopharmaceutical scientists. The radiopharmaceutical scientists are always thinking how to make the radiopharmaceutical, how to make a complex, how to make a biomolecule. And he has thought about it and he has made the radiopharmaceutical. Now, if you don't make the radiopharmaceutical in your laboratory, formulate the radiopharmacy practice is not good, this quality image is not going to come. The doctor is not going to have a smile, he will have a frown if the radiopharmaceuticals are not good. So to conclude, I will say that radiopharmacy is a very important aspect of nuclear medicine, and doing the best radiopharmacy gives the credibility for the nuclear medicine department. The images will be good, the interpretation will be good, the patients will be happy, the doctors will be happy. So thank you.